What is the best thing adults can learn from children?
We care about the important stuff too. We're not only fun and games, and we care about how our life will go, because the decisions made now will go on to our future.
VoiceLab turns up the volume on kids' opinions, offering the power to be heard, to contribute, and to affect change in the world that they share with adults. Hello, and thank you for the opportunity to share our beautiful work VoiceLab with you today. I'd like to acknowledge that Polyglot makes work on the unceded lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. We pay our respects to elders past and present, and to any First Nations people who might be watching today. Polyglot Theatre is a world-renowned contemporary theatre company based in Melbourne that makes exceptional arts experiences for children and their families. We involve kids from creative development through to immersive performances and reach the broadest range of children by placing our work everywhere from the world's most prestigious theatres to the football grounds of regional Australia. Access is central to our work at Polyglot, driven by the right of all children to experience growth and resilience through creative play. Our vision is of a world where children are powerful, artistically, socially, and culturally.
VoiceLab is Polyglot's unique creative module for listening to the thoughts and opinions of children. VoiceLab encourages reflective thinking and the articulation of thoughts and opinions away from influence and judgment. Children are often overlooked when it comes to life's big questions and are rarely asked their true opinions. As a result, children generally give the answers that they think adults want to hear. VoiceLab challenges this learned experience, providing children with an unmediated space away from peers, teachers and parents where they are free to express themselves without inhibition.
Thank you for letting me tell you my feelings, because I don't really have much space to do that in the classroom, so thank you for letting me tell you my feelings.
During their session, children are invited to have a one-on-one conversation with VoiceLab, an AI character whose knowledge of the world is limited and who needs guidance from the child as an expert. This character is part pre-programmed questions and part improvising performer, hidden from sight. The theatrical premise of VoiceLab and the child's suspension of disbelief is to a large extent the reason it is so effective.
Wow! Wow, he's purple! Ooh. It makes me feel like I'm surprised.
All of the children's responses are audio recorded, and we have developed rigorous ethical guidelines for this work. Even though the children are not aware that VoiceLab is a real person, they are aware that their words will be heard outside the VoiceLab session.
VoiceLab operates in two modes, the original physical mode and the newly developed online version which we're talking about today. In the online mode, VoiceLab uses the familiar framework of a Zoom session to create a video-based version of the VoiceLab experience that can take place almost anywhere in the world. The participant arrives in their VoiceLab session where they are greeted by a friendly polyglot facilitator. The use of headphones is encouraged, which gives a more immersive experience and allows internal thought to flow. Once the child is ready to proceed, the facilitator withdraws, the screen fills with colour, and VoiceLab welcomes the child to the space. Welcome. The VoiceLab session starts with a selection of questions that put the participant at ease and get them thinking creatively. This also lets them know that they have power in the space. The questions are pre-recorded, but the operator can also go live to follow the lead of the child wherever they take the conversation. VoiceLab can also feed a soundscape directly to the participant, which means that while the child is talking, those elements can come to life sonically. If the child says that their favourite animal is a lion, they might hear jungle noises or a lion's roar.
What other animals do you like?
My animal I like is crocodiles, tigers, and lions.
Can you do a good lion roar?
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Wow.
For the online module, we've created a pop-up inflatable space designed to give the online experience some of the magic that the original VoiceLab Dome offers, and to block out the everyday world. This pop-up can be sent out to schools, communities and venues, or we can assist you to create your own private space for your VoiceLab sessions.
This new online module has the capacity to reach thousands of children who are socially isolated due to the COVID-19 pandemic. It also expands the age range VoiceLab can talk to and opens up possibilities for intercultural relationships and bilingual opportunities.
How did you feel about learning from home?
It was really hard being away from my friends and having help from them, or me helping my friends out sometimes. And it was really hard to do it alone. And it felt lonely because all you did was work and never really chatted with your friends.
We see an enormous need for VoiceLab to support the mental health of children by offering a safe environment to share their thoughts and feelings. There is also huge value in including children's voices as we shape future programs designed to engage them.
Well, first I would ask children and young people what they would want in a community to make it better, and I would try to change it to suit them.
VoiceLab has already enabled hundreds of Australian children to be heard and subsequently taken seriously in a fun, safe and creative environment, contributing to their sense of well-being, inclusion and identity.
VoiceLab has the power to collect detailed feedback from children and can ask very specific questions around large topics. These expressed opinions have the power to positively change the practice of professionals and organisations working with children in any field. Our experience with VoiceLab has reinforced to us the power that art has to make a difference. The use of a tool such as VoiceLab allows for a rich, creative, transformational experience for both the child and the operating artist.
Being a VoiceLab operator, you can sit down with 10 different kids and ask them the same questions, but no one child is going to answer them the same way. So the simplest of questions, whether it's what's your favourite colour or what's your favourite animal, can spark a conversation that you would never be able to predict. Having the opportunity to connect, listen and learn from the conversations with participants means that the operating artist is a collaborator in the journey that the child is on.
I've had children say, "I love you, VoiceLab," asking questions back to me. Children who didn't want their session to end. Kids voluntarily thanking VoiceLab for the opportunity to express themselves. And it's this ability of VoiceLab to hand the power back to the child and follow their lead wherever they may go that really allows the children to fully accept and open up and engage with that VoiceLab character.
VoiceLab is an immensely rewarding experience for all participants that offers space for therapeutic release and thought. Part of what makes VoiceLab so unique is that it allows children to engage and communicate in the way they feel most comfortable. For many children, this opportunity to talk openly about their feelings does not exist in general life or at home. VoiceLab elevates the voices of children to that of their adult counterparts and shows children that no matter where they are or how alone they may feel, their voices can be heard and shared to make a difference.
I feel like I actually have a chance to express what I feel. Normally I don't like talking about things. I think it makes me feel better, and I feel like we can make a change